Hi, goedemorgen. It's morning here in the Netherlands. Listen, I've been mulling this over. I just wrote some notes down for myself because I can't stop thinking about this. This is I was trying to think of what is the theme that I'm seeing? What is the pattern that I'm seeing? And this is based on conversations with every single client I've had in the last, 6 months. Is this okay, let me take a step back. I've written down notes so that I stay on track because I'm known to go offshoot and people are like, you take too long to make your point. Piss off. I'm going to take all the time I want because my nervous system cannot do quick and dirty and give you what it is you need to be fast. So too bad. And if you don't want to hear it, it's cool. I call these back deck chats because this is what I used to do when I lived in Calgary. I would sit on my back deck and I would talk about these things. And then kind of as a way to make sense of ideas and things that I was seeing and what it is that I was noticing in my practice. So this is yet another back deck chat. And I'm calling it Why You're Still Stuck and It's Not What You Think, which feels very AI-ish. But that's exactly what it is. So I'm going to share with you a couple of observations that I'm seeing in my clients. I really super saw it. I had a day with clients yesterday and I saw it quite a bit. And it's a pattern that I've seen repeating for the last 6 months. So I think when I first started working with people, when I first start working with them, people come to me. It's not by accident that they find me because it's not necessarily very easy to find me. And I'm not I don't have a marketing budget at all. And so I'm just in my little corner back here doing my little thing here. And so I think when I start working with people, the people that I'm talking to are doing all the right things, yeah? They followed the protocols. They may have even tried the one that I built with my colleague, Tracy, Histamine Haven. But more than that, right? They've done a lot of other protocols. It's amazing to me how much, when I'm talking to clients, how many other things they've tried and how people piece together their program, their protocol, their ideas, their things they do to help address. And the things that we do based on how social media works, to me, what I'm noticing anyway, tell me if you agree with this, is piecemeal finding all of the things to piece together and cobble together a to-do list for yourself. And every day it changes because you are paying attention to all of the feelings, all of the symptoms, all of the things. And when you introduce something, you're looking for something to shift and you're paying very close attention to things. Yeah. This is the majority of who I serve. And it's cool because I am the same. I come from the land of, right? I subscribe to all of the life hack kind of emails and all the things. And while I've never been one to super love supplements, just because to me it's cost prohibitive and I don't know if we could do it through food first, I think we fare better and our body fares better. But I think most people, when they come to me, they're doing all the right things, right? They're eating really well. Their diet is kind of this restrictive thing. Not kind of, it totally is. Most everyone I work with it's quite restrictive. They're managing stress. They are doing all the supplements. They are seeing the specialists. They are trying to reduce their stress. They are tracking symptoms. That is quite amazing to me how much people have this body literacy about where their body's at and what is going on in their body. They're reading, they're learning, they're optimizing, they're life hacking their way through what it is they've got going on. And I get it because we all want to feel better. We all want relief. I want that for you too. I want that for me too. P.S. Come back from a highly stressful time and your eczema will disappear in 12 hours. Anyway. So, for all of the people that I'm seeing, I'm doing all the right things. My body's not feeling how it should. So I want to reframe this because I think I need to do more is a theme that I hear time and again in clients. And I get why. We are in the way that social media works is here is a small packaged solution for you to take for free because I have paid things behind the wall here. And it's how it works. And I am part contributor to that. It's how it works because it is our work. And what we do here on social media is our advertising, and it is free. So it allows people who have small businesses like me the capacity to share some content and give you a little bit of a sneak peek of what it is you get, so that you can go, oh yeah, that feels right. And then you hook in, and then you come in and we work together. Like, I don't have any advertising whatsoever. I can't afford it. I don't make enough money, and I don't charge enough to be able to do advertising. And also, yeah, it's a little bit funny. I always joke with, like, we offer all of this free stuff as a social media person, and the wellness accounts are rampant here on the wellness, or on the social media things, for good reason. I don't see where else we fit in. Like, I think this is a system that has co-created, like a symbiotic system that has co-created, and it works for me. It's fine. I find it so interesting when people get mad and they're like, just give me the solutions already. Okay, well, would you ask a heart surgeon to do his work for free, or her work for free? Would you ask them? Well, you're a heart surgeon. Maybe you could just do the heart surgery for free. You wouldn't. So I have lots of schooling and lots of research and lots of systems in place to help support people. So in all of this, that's nice. It's my little rant. Let me get back. See, I get off topic. I wrote my notes. I was going to try to stick to it. No, I'm not. We all know how I function. Anyway, so all the people that I work with, doing all the food things, doing all the supplements, reducing stress, managing your workload, tracking symptoms, gathering information, learning more, and adding more to the to-do list and stacking it one on top of the other. And yet their body still feels like it is not responding as it should, yeah? In the quotation marks. So the reframe that I'm going through with clients, and it's a difficult reframe to do, because it doesn't always land in a way that feels good. It lands in a way that feels either judgmental, or you've been doing something wrong, which then ties into judgmental, or like, no, I have the solutions, keep coming with me and I'll give you the solutions, which also feels salesy, gross from my point of view as the person who says these things. But the reframe I want to propose here is that it's not usually a problem of not doing enough. It is more a problem that your system is being asked to process too much. There's just too much. Like I was telling a client yesterday, I feel like most of my clients that I work with, I feel like they come with a table full of things. Like the table is stacked with so many to-do pieces that our job is to actually take off 80 or even 90% off of the table that's there. We actually have to simplify more than anything. We have to undo and do less, because the stacking of things is very clearly at this point not working. And it may have at one point, but now comes the letting go. I think on this journey through wellness, we've got two stages. There's a stage of gathering, and there is now a stage of letting go. And the transition of gathering to letting go is a monumental shift. That for a body that has biochemistry that's triggering this stress response all the time, letting go of the stack is like letting go of your security blanket. It doesn't feel safe to a body. That's why it is such a difficult transition to go from, oh my gosh, but I'm doing all of the things. I've added the supplements I found through a researcher online that was talking about it. I have added the Nigella seeds because I know it's antihistaminic. Like, fill in the blank with whatever it is that you're doing. All of these things are more. How much is your system being asked to process there, pal? Yeah, not just physically, but like nervous system wise, brain wise, neurologically. Yeah. Guess what organ dominates your whole stress response? Your brain. Your brain, whether it's real stress or perceived stress, or it's biochemistry not working, all of it's going to trigger the brain to trigger the stress response. So I do these sessions. I have a network that I run where I share kind of what to do pieces, like solutions, for people who are struggling with things. And this month we're talking about the thyroid. And this week, just before I did this live, I was putting together this week's session where we're talking about the nervous system as the gatekeeper. And the nervous system as the gatekeeper is such an interesting component. Like, can you eat something for the nervous system? Yeah, probably. Eggs, coconut oil, olive oil, butter, lard, eggs. Did I say eggs? Yeah. liver soup, right? Like many things can help the nervous system. But eating a food, in this case, looks like a supplement, looks like the allopathic model of things. Like, I'll just eat this and it'll undo. That is not how it works for the nervous system. I mean, it helps, but it doesn't fix the nervous system issue. You have to start wondering, how are you moving through your day? What kind of impetus are you having in your day that makes your nervous system have to be on high alert all the time? So in these sessions that I do in the network, I start with like, what are 3 top patterns that I see where there is somebody who might be struggling with the topic it is that we're talking about, because we're talking about the nervous system as a gatekeeper this week. I thought, oh, this is a really good time to kind of throw this out there as, the freebie. Yeah, it's a freebie, but also it's going to give you pieces to work with in this little live that I'm doing in case you want it. So anybody who's in the Good Food Network, you're getting a crash course on what we're doing on Thursday already. So I've got 3 buckets and this is kind of a reworking of what it is we're doing this Thursday. But anyway, so 3 patterns that I see. So there's the first pattern where your body is not receiving enough micro signals of safety throughout the day. So this is not a big rest. It's not like I am maximizing my perfect routine for the day. These are small moments. Like I see this in clients where they don't have small moments where your body is not bracing. So, like there's the people who are just rushing through things and they don't take these micro pauses. Dr. Will Cole was talking about it today. He's like, I really wish we could introduce micro pauses to people. I'm like, well, your chatbot AI wrote that. Good for you. You're not wrong. But also exactly what I'm talking about. Like these micro signals of safety during the day can be one of those pieces that can help reset the nervous system. So like small moments where your body isn't bracing. What do I mean here? Like a breath before eating. So at our house, we say grace before we eat. You can also, I use this with clients too, where before you eat, you identify 5 things with your senses, with anything other than the sense of taste. So, right, like I can hear my dehumidifier going. I can feel the breeze coming through the open window because it smells amazing. I can smell the breeze from the window because it smells beautiful and spring-like. I can feel the velvet of the chair I'm sitting on against my arm, and so on and so forth. I can smell my soup I've just heated, right? Like where you use your senses to identify 5 things before you even tap into the bowl of soup in front of you. That can help reset your nervous system. Another micro reset, micro signal is like if you notice that you've got your shoulders up here, you're clenching your jaw, can you have an out breath? That's a micro signal of safety. Do you find that you have your mouth open when you're working on things? Are you breathing through your mouth? Breathing through your mouth is what you do when you're stressed. So it signals stress to this system. So can you close your mouth? Can you breathe through your nose instead? And really consciously catch yourself a few times a day and go, oops. I have a client where she has clients during the day. Between clients, when she's doing her own work, she has a little roll of mouth tape next to her and she tapes her mouth shut so that she can work and not have her mouth open. So these are some of the small moments. So I could this maybe be one of the ways that you can start to do a little nervous system reset? When you are missing these micro signals of safety, this is where your body kind of has to stay a little bit on alert. So it's a little bit on duty, right? So even if everything looks fine on the outside, these kind of little moments of like going from one thing to the next, we need a little micro signals of safety through the day. There's a second bucket of people that I think I see quite a bit is the body's living inside of a background pattern of urgency. Yeah, where there's like this go, go, go all the time. And how dare you relax and how dare you even take a hot second for yourself? That's going to set you back 20 minutes later or whatever, right? You should be doing more. Should is kind of the optimal word here. If you use the word should in any of how you move through the day, oh, pal. You got a pattern of urgency going on behind you. So do you rush? Do you multitask? Do you think ahead? Do you sort of have to plan things? I mean, I plan dinner, but just because I have to defrost meat. But do you plan ahead? Like, okay, well, on Friday, I've got this going, so I better make sure that I've got such and such and such in order. I'm not saying it's bad to do that, but are you somebody who religiously needs to be prepared beforehand? Okay. Well, that tells me that your nervous system is a little bit on high alert and you are perhaps functioning off of a pattern of urgency. And that's okay. I get why you are. If you're prepared, you're less likely to run into troubles. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Are you always uber prepared? Were you a Girl Guide once? Yes, I was. Right? Like, that's cool. But that's interesting. If you have this background pattern of urgency, this can now become the default operating system. And that can keep you locked in the stress response as well. So a body in urgency, the thing to understand about this, your body always prioritizes the stress response. So if there's urgency, your body's going to prioritize everything for energy for that over restoration and repair in the body. So are you somebody who has this pattern of urgency going on behind the scenes? Are you somebody who has worked a high pressure job 60 hours a week until the age of 45 so that you could retire at the age of 45 and just make as much money as you could? I do have a few clients. I'm not naming names. You know who you are. And also, I get it. I totally get it. Yep. I'm not saying what you did was wrong, but I'm saying your background pattern of urgency continues long after you've retired from your job. Because that's what regulates your biochemistry. So you're doing all the things and you're not feeling better. That pattern of urgency is what's running the system behind the scenes. Doesn't matter what you eat, doesn't matter how you eat, doesn't matter all these things. We have to get you out of this pattern of urgency and change your nervous system. And when I point it out, it does not feel nice and it adds urgency to the urgency system. I'm sorry, don't get mad. I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I'm saying it worked for you right till now. And now, is it still working is my question. Did you want to shift it? That's actually where you'll see a lot of benefits, actually, I think. Okay. Third thing is where there's too much input and there's too much complexity. Oh my God, I see that time and again. Time and again. It is rampant. It's 2026. We are merely a reflection of what is happening energetically in the world. You are not separate from how the world is going. So your expression of this too much input and lots of complexity is not helping. You're just a reflection of what's going on in the world. I get it. But do you want to shift it? Because how is that feeling for you? And are you feeling okay, or maybe are your symptoms not getting better? Even though you're doing all the things, yeah? Maybe you have too much input. Maybe you have too much complexity. So do you have too many variables? Are you piecing together something from 4 different people? Do you have a constant interpretation of every single little thing that's going on where your symptoms are being tracked all the time? I contribute to that because I tell you to look to see what shifts when you introduce something. I totally contribute to it. I don't know how to not pay attention to how you're feeling. I also don't want to signal that you've done anything wrong up till now at all. I'm just inviting a different way in. I think there's value in it, but there's value in not doing it all the time. So instead of clarity, your system is just getting a lot of noise. That's what I'm noticing. So a system that is overwhelmed with all of these different inputs coming in has a really hard time kind of sticking to just the basic job. Your nervous system's basic job is recognizing safety and organizing regulation of biochemistry in the body. So, when we zoom out, I don't think your body's broken. Your body is overwhelmed. It's overmanaged. It's over-alerted. It is sensitized because if we can get you to respond sooner, we'll get you out of harm's way. It makes total sense. How's that working for you? Is it still serving you? Do we need to take things off the table for you? Yeah. So when you start hitting a plateau and things are not improving, this is my thought. Like, most healing will not come from adding more. There is a point in your journey where you're going to be asked to let go of things, and you can let go at the pace that feels right for you. And if not letting go of things is what feels right, that is your prerogative, and you go for it, baby, and I will support you. I'll support you 100% because I think you have the wisdom. I don't. I am merely a mirror and a reflection of like, oh, how many things do you have on your table right now? Did you want to take a few items off? Did you want to take more than a few? Do you want to take them off a little bit at a time so it's not so disruptive to your body? Like, I am part sloth, so I think the shift needs to be slow. But the healing happens when we're able to start simplifying things and taking things off of the table and going back to a rhythm of very simple inputs that signal safety to the body. And with clients, you'll know what they are. Your list is particular to you, but everybody gets get outside in the morning sun to get that morning sun exposure to reset some of the hormonal pieces. When that gets reset, there's a bunch of other things that gets downregulated. Anchoring your meals is another one. Making your breakfast happen in the first hour of being up. Like, what else do we have? There's a lot. Like, prioritize sunset walk for anybody who's having trouble sleeping. Making sure you're fed enough during the day. Like, there's kind of these not restrictive things, but more kind of ideas to implement and put into place that I think can be a little bit of a more supportive way that allows us to take some of those things off of the table. You're going to eat anyway. Let's just make your meals feel like they're signaling safety to the body. You're going to wake up in the morning anyway. Let's build a morning routine that supports your biochemistry. Before we add any supplements, before we put you on a restrictive list, before, I don't know, yeah. Anyway, I struggle with that piece. Yeah. And this is the foundation of what I do with my clients. This is also the foundation of what we do in the Good Food Network. Good Food Network I built for clients, for former clients who want to keep going and get reminders of things, or who are curious to kind of add little pieces here and there of what feels doable. It's an affordable price. Former clients get $10 off a month, so it's $30 instead of $40. Newsletter folks, you get $5 off. If you need a link, hit me up. I'll give you the special link. I don't care. But it's not about optimization. It's not about life hacks. Like, I'm today I went, just before this, I went in and unsubscribed from a bunch of the life hack people because I'm like, I don't want it anymore. I don't want any of the life hacks. I want to calm down. I want to regulate. I want to simplify. I want to build capacity. And that's what I do. That's what I do with clients. That's what we build towards. And we build it at a pace that the client leads. I don't. They do. And I hope to read the room correctly. And if I don't, some people, I do have some people who end our work together before we finish our sessions together because they're in their infinite wisdom realizing that they need something different at this point. And I super frickin' honor that, just so you know. And I'm not mad. Like, you're going to move at a pace that works for you. And you are the decider of what will work. And what I've noticed in my 12 plus years of doing what it is I do is that this is the biggest hump to work on with clients, is that movement from doing all the things to letting go. And it's a difficult transition, and not everybody can make the transition easily. I don't know anybody who makes it easily, actually, let's be clear. There's not a set pace. One client will be able to move, probably the fastest I've seen somebody move through it is in 3 months. The longest I've seen somebody move through it is 6 years. And both are valid and both are good. It's entirely dependent upon your nervous system and how you are able to shift things without added stress in your life. And downshift is what I mean. So, yeah. I feel so bloody lucky to do what I do, and every single person is unique and a snowflake. We all are. We're all unicorns, and aren't we glorious in our unicornness? This is my back deck chat for today. Yeah, I'd love to hear what you think about it or if anything resonated. Because it's like trying to figure out how to support humans in this day and age where there's so much complexity and an overabundance of things. When I get confused, I go look into nature, and like nature is abundant. Nature is forever sharing her wealth. So I'm going to share as much as I can here on the platforms so that you can get pieces, but I'll invite you to where can you simplify things a little bit for yourself? And can that feel okay for you? And if it doesn't, that's okay. Take a look at that and meet it with curiosity. That's it. You don't have to fix because you're not broken. Okay. I'm a broken record. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. It's not a TED Talk. It's a Back Tech Chat. Goodbye.